I've contacted federal, provincial, municipal people at all levels because we're looking to build a plant. David really was the only guy who got a hold of me and said, this is an interesting technology, can I meet with you? And since then, he's been helping us out amazingly, you know, to work through the process of, and there's a process on everything to get it in place. Fred is with Buffalo Sales Associates. I'll let him speak to what he does. But right now, as we speak, we're looking to build a plant. I'll be going off to Kenya in about 6 weeks for a very, very large project there. We have a project in Buffalo. What's the value of that one?
Close to 500 million.
500 million, which our end of it roughly would be about $80 million. Our plant at capacity, when we're up and running with our marketing target goal, we'd employ originally about 80 people, and when we're ramped up to full capacity, about 486. So it's a pretty big plant. And the reason it's, I'll be blunt, the reason it's not in Buffalo, Fred's quite prepared to put a plant up tomorrow, is I live in Canada, I live in Port Colborne, and David's been helping me out, and I can wait a little bit because I'm a Canadian.
No, what we have is we have an opportunity to look at locating a plant in central Canada. And we have an opportunity to locate something that can generate those good green jobs that we want. I've provided Peter with introductions to City of Welland staff.
Yeah, the CBO, Mike Mantesso, the City of Welland was extremely helpful.
Yeah, and so Mike actually helped us understanding what the process is, and for approvals. And then I also provided you guys with an introduction to the minister.
Oh, I'm sorry, I forgot about that, David. Yes,
and that we've got, you guys had a meeting with the ministry staff, and you understand what the process is for the approvals Ontario-wide. And then I also made sure that you guys got into a meeting with the Green Business Project.
Yes, actually a seminar that I was part of.
And so there's a Niagara-wide Green Business Initiative, and this is the thing that we're also wanting to work on Niagara-wide. So it's exciting to think that there are opportunities that I have gotten you folks involved with, and that this is an opportunity that's just for us right around the corner.
Look, and David will tell you, I'm pretty blunt about things.
Yeah.
I have talked to federal, provincial, and many sent to many municipalities throughout Ontario to get this going. I was getting nowhere until David helped start guiding us through the process. I can't imagine, in my opinion, that's what's holding up the green business. You know, working through that bureaucratic nightmare, and you know, we're lucky enough we found the right guy who said, hey, this is pretty neat. What can we do to facilitate helping you out? It's not solved yet, but it's certainly taken a lot of steps forward.
And I would point to some of my experiences in being involved with being a judge of the FCM Sustainable Communities Awards, which are Canadian-wide awards. So I've seen green projects at a municipal level. So I see this as a technology that blows all those, many of those projects out of the water. And this is something that the opportunity that I see is that this plant can be built in Welland.
Yes.
And we have the 406 infrastructure coming in. We're going to be able to distribute all the way to Chicago to Quebec City.
I have the canal, and I have guys in New Brunswick who are looking at it. It's not big enough to build a plant. I mean, it's a great spot if you look at it, because first of all, from a green environmental point of view of how to ship stuff, those ships are great. You know, and if I can just load containers on and ship it right down that canal, it makes an awful lot of sense.
So what I envision is that we become this magnet for all these green enterprises and set up a couple of districts in Welland where innovation in the green building technology and in green power is welcome.
Well, Dave, what happens, and again, let me be blunt. I have visited various municipalities. Everybody wants to become a green center. Everybody talks about it. I've gotten more help from you, and I'm not going to mention the other municipalities, obviously, than from anybody else. You know, again, there's bureaucracies you have to get through. You called me back. I can't express enough how great it felt to actually have somebody return one of my emails of, there's over 1,500 went out, guys, so. 0 out, a lot. The plant itself, there's no toxic fumes, there's nothing, it's a very clean process. We use,
And when I heard this,
Yep.
I just thought, why would we not do this? It was just, it made such obvious sense. So really, to me, it's being able to remove the barriers to getting a product like this up and going. And Welland knows steel.
yes,
We have the skilled labor force here that could easily understand how to do and roll up the sleeves and do this project.
if you take an average 2,000 square foot home, you're using about 1.5 acres of trees. We use 6 recycled cars. That's green, guys. But this isn't about my product. It's the fact that I'm still, the only reason I have not built in Buffalo, and let me tell you, the city of Buffalo has been wonderful, is because of this guy here, and I'm being blunt about it. I'm a Canadian, I want to build here. I want to create jobs here. And just so you know, our pro forma has jobs at about, all in, $30 an hour.
How important is it in the coming 4 years who runs the city as far as your plans are concerned?
Me?
Yeah.
Well, I'll tell you what, I'm very loyal. There's 2 things in life. Loyalty
Okay.
is one of them, you know, and respect. I do respect David, and I'm going to be loyal to him.
Okay. So,
It makes sense for me to build here because I've got the canal. You know, I've got an instant port that I can move them worldwide if I have to while we're
Yeah.
building plants, or I can ship them to the far end of the lakes.
all right. The reason I was asking was pending the outcome of the election, if, you know, if hell freezes over and Dave doesn't win, are you still going to build your plant here? Or, you know, is Dave really a kind of a point for you?
No one else has helped me.
Okay.
If you own a business, what would you do?
I'm prepared to be the person who's going to cut the red tape and to and really that sends a message to anybody with an innovation to beat a path to our door, because we want to be able to create a place for those kinds of companies to start up and create jobs. And we also will need to look at venture financing across Niagara, and I want to work with other mayors and councillors across Niagara so that we really can put into play some of the actual talk. So today, this really goes beyond the talk of what other people are saying about what they're going to do. This is an actual result.
You know, yeah, and guys, this is about getting Dave in there, and I'll be blunt. If he gets in there, I feel I can deal with I'll have more attention from the provincial and federal government. Okay, this is the guy I know, and I'm a businessman. This is what I want. That's why I'm saying, vote for Dave. You know, the ThermaSteel, this isn't about ThermaSteel. This is what he can do for a business to bring jobs here.